All right. Oi, maybe that came out a bit too loud. If that's the case, then I apologize. Hello, hello everyone that's online, and hello to those of you who are not. So I'm Max. Um, since October, I went indie and started building my own games. And in March, we released the first game called Mecha Cap Arena, which is a Robot Wars inspired fighting game where you build robots and you add attachments to them and then you fight it out in the arena. And now we are working on like a restaurant management simulator. So it's a bit different, but it takes place in the same universe, which I think is pretty cool since we already have like an established universe in that sense. We can also reuse a lot of assets, which is kind of nice because it takes a lot of time to create these types of things. Here in Stockholm, it's cloudy and it rained a lot in the morning, so I'm not recovering, but like my clothes are still drying up, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So I've been thinking a lot about what we're gonna do. Center the camera a bit. Okay. Something like this. I've been thinking about what we're gonna do today, and there are a couple of things that we sort of need to do. Like ideally, I would want us to get the Steam page up as soon as possible. And that requires us to have screenshots of the game. And currently the game in and of itself doesn't look very screenshot friendly. It's getting there for sure, but it's not quite there yet. So we can take a look at what it looks like. All right. I was messing about with the UI here, so I'm not sure if this is even going to work at this moment. So we might have to revert a few things before we actually start going. And good. Yeah. Yeah, no. No, it's not doing the thing. Oh well. I will just have to revert this. So the music you hear is like the diner theme that we've created for this game. So the like I wrote sort of like a base of it, and then I have a super talented composer friend that arranged it into this sort of jazzy version. So we'll see. I probably will change to something more code friendly once we start cracking, but for now I think it's a cozy thing to have in the background, and it also really sets the mood of like what it looks like and how it should look like. Actually do this. There we go. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that we'll first just have a look at what the game looks like, what it plays like, and then see what we're going to be doing. Maybe we will unstash what I just stashed and keep on like updating and creating the UI to make it look pretty. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. So I can do this. So you can currently place these sort of seatables, these little diner style tables, and then they automatically get placed into your foodery. Last week we did like a calendar system on the Tuesday stream, and then we also did like some actual food plates, which has now been properly added, so you carry them and stuff. So when you open the diner, this is what it looks like. A little chanterelle person comes in there and you take the order. So like a big change we did also was that we no longer have a fridge. We used to have a fridge that opened the doors and stuff. Now we just have this pantry. So like he picks it up, it's cute and all, and then when you actually put it down, it's being placed in front of the customers and stuff. The sad thing is that these particular customers are quite boring. They only eat raw food. So for like the next coming days, then you actually get to cook. It's not a huge difference in this game. It's not as intricate as Overcooked, for example, but it does do something. I'm not sure who was first. Let's see. All right. And there goes eating. Go, eat it. Like we've added so that the customers talk when they place the order. And I was thinking maybe we will add like a cute little camera transition when that happens too, so you can actually see the animation. It's something that we should do. All right, we also have this like table to place it off. No, we can't take things now in management mode. Some other ideas we also have is like the radio system, which is like daily there will be new radio shows, and you can learn stuff and you can unlock stuff because of it. I think that would be cool to add. Man, I'm really bad at keeping up with the chat here. So cute. Thank you. It is cute, right? I really think so too. We should also, like, I have an animation of this little chef dude dancing, but I haven't bound it to anything yet, so maybe we'll do that also. Wait, I also have, all right, I added a little sprint thing so you can go faster if you need to. Ooh. I think it uses it even if you stand still, so there's some stuff that we need to fix. All right, okay, so the radio. Every time you run like a shift at the foodery, a day passes. All the time in between is sort of like the day, like the time before the shift, where you go around and you fix things. Maybe you set the menu, maybe you change stuff in your kitchen, maybe you decorate your foodery a bit. Another thing we might do is adding some different decorations also, because currently we only have seatables, which are tables and seats. But we'll start with the radio thing. I think that's cool. That's cool. It's going to be more codey, so it's not as visually striking or appealing, but I don't think that's the end of the world. So let's see here. Because we just need to open up our code editor. If there are any questions or wonderings or ideas of how we should do things, then feel free to write in chat. It's very appreciated. There we go. Mm, 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 mm. Good, good. Okay. Mm, mm. We might actually start by creating some tests for this. So we create, maybe we do this in Rider actually. Dum, ba, bum. So we create, I don't know where we should put this, if it should go under the calendar. It takes a lot of time for it to load. All the domains, all the code, all the tasty bits and bobs. Loading projects. As soon as this is done, we're gonna start creating the radio. I swear. It's gonna be very, very soon. The music is very, very low compared to voice. Okay. Do you think that the music needs to go up or the voice needs to go down? I increased music a bit, so we'll see how that feels. Let me know if it's good or if you want me to increase it even further. Better. Is it good or is it almost good? Dun, dun, good. That's good. I'm gonna aptly name this package radio because that's what we're gonna be doing. So, like at the core concept of it, I'm thinking that the radio will basically be every day you will have a few different shows, and the shows will basically just be some announcer saying something or talking about something. And then if like a nice feature of that is that I'm thinking that you can like learn new recipes, for example, on certain shows, like in Stardew Valley. So what do we say about that? It needs to be able to interact with the inventory in one way or another, right? It's supposed to give you stuff, but it should only do it if you have watched it. So for this, we're gonna need some sort of system to organize our like radio shows. I think that's a good name. And we also need the possibility, like once you watch it, something happening, right? Like in this case, adding something to your inventory. I don't think we have a concept of like recipes currently, or we have recipes, but we don't have like a stored cookbook of recipes that you've learned. So we'll see how we tackle that, but we do that once we get there, I think. First of all, we create a test assembly. So everything can be run in isolation. I think that's a good practice. Feels like my computer is a bit slower today for some reason. Maybe it has not caffeinated enough. I don't know what the equivalent is. I don't know what the equivalency of coffee would be for computers. Maybe it's just less processes to keep in track or to keep track of. Nej. Misclickeries are the bane of productivity, I think. Here we go. So as we tend to do with TDD, test-driven development, like if you're a purist, at its core, you write the test first, and then you fix the code until it compiles, and then you fix it until the test passes. We do sort of like that. We will write the test first, and then we will sort of create things as we go. So we won't actually finish the test before we start writing all the other stuff. It's mainly because I get annoyed when it like flickers in front of you, and so it's like, it doesn't compile. So let's go. Radio tests. Bring it on. Did I not open you? Boom. Okay. Move it to the right assembly. Right, we need to import our actual code into this test assembly. Otherwise, it doesn't know what we're trying to do. All right. It hit me now. I probably should have announced something on like social media that I'm going live. Maybe we'll do that in the break. I have a blueberry muffin. Me and my wife baked yesterday or the day before. Who's my wife? Well, fantastic person. My number one fan, I think. My biggest supporter for sure, hands down. And the love of my life. You need to add that, of course, because it's true. Let's see, where were we? Radio tests. So we have a radio for sure. Radio show can play, maybe. It's a good start for this endeavor. So first we create a radio. Radio equals new radio. I wonder, like, since we have the calendar, maybe it would make sense to add the radio shows to the calendar instead. Make them a sort of like a calendar-centric feature rather than keeping them. What do we think here? Anyone have a strong opinion on where we put this? I mean, like, we don't even have a physical calendar in the game yet, which is not the end of the world. But like system-wise, if a radio show comes every day, then of course it should be something that's bound to the calendar. But it could just also be that we say that the radio has like a lot of pre-recorded shows that is like shown every day. In that case, we would just add new shows to the radio, and the radio would be able to play them depending on like the day. Good thing is that it's separate. A negative thing, or like a drawback, is of course that like everything has a concept of a day, but it's not really bound to each other. I think it can be nice if we look at like the calendar and we say like, okay, these are the events of the day, these are the radio shows. So I think we're gonna do it on the calendar. Nej, that's not the calendar we want. Why doesn't this work now? There we go. So we can add a day to it, and then the day data can have the radio shows. I think that works. The day, new day. Is this? Can we do this now instead? No, we couldn't. So we say that there are 5 customers. Oh, 5,000. Doesn't matter how many customers. It's irrelevant. The spawn ratios we don't need either, but we do need a new constructor for the day. So say that we would have a radio show. Radio show. It would basically be a radio episode, I guess. Radio. Today's show. Radio show we call it. Show 1. Make a new radio show. So, what's in a radio show? Of course, it's played on a channel, and then it probably has a title or name. I don't know if we want to write who it is that says things as well. You can just keep that in the text. So we would want the channel. So like you can choose which channel you want to listen to. And then maybe the name of the show is just a channel anyway. But I'm thinking like it would be cool if you had like a turny button. So like you would actually tune in on the actual radio. I digress. You say digress or digress? That's something that you just write. How to pronounce digress? Digress. I digress. We say the channel. Maybe this is a hertz. I don't know. 105.2. And then we have a culinary express. We should have some mushroom name for this. Do we have a suggestion for what we should call this? This show. Fun with fungi. Maybe we actually have a book called The Chiming Chanterelles in Evercap. In the old Captain Headquarters from the RPG we built before. So let's keep that. Chiming Chanterelles. And then the actual like content of the show. Oh no. I seem to be a bit mixed there. So this should just be a description, or like basically what they are saying. So like, hello and welcome to the Chiming Chanterelles. Okay, so here's a it's not a wild take, but what I'm thinking is that say that you have multiple sort of pages or multiple lines of dialogue, you can say. Then we would want to have a list. So we'll create program, it's called, right? New list string. And then welcome to the Chiming Chanterelles. Remember, folks, in 2 days. Do you have a good band name? The Moral Morsels. The Moral Morals, maybe. Moral Morals are playing in town. Expect huge crowds of moral caps. Perfect. And then we create this with the radio show, and the day should then be created with show 1. We should probably have another show for good measure. Urgent news. Maybe fashion. Urgent fashion news. Brown is in again. So dumb. Now we need another. So first one, show 1, show 2. There, like, it feels like there are a lot of like, we have a lot of wiggle room with mushrooms and like designers. So there should be, we should be able to Coco Chanterelle, maybe. Brilliant. But then we don't have chiming chanterelles, and we have cap news. New nuisances. This is so unnecessary, to be fair. Like, it doesn't really matter what we call this, but it is fun. It makes it more fun, I think. Mushroom news. News 105, we call it, because the channel is 105.2, right? We can make this 105.0. News 105, perfect. Hello and welcome to News 105. I'm your host. What is the host called? New. Bella Belshroom. There we go. New nuisances. I think we need to add that show at some point anyway. So we have 2 shows, and then we should be able to add. Maybe we'll just add them as we go, or then do they need to be in constructor? I will do it. We're already at it. So the radio show, should it have some sort of reward? Probably, right? Urgent fashion news. Brown is in again, and I will say, how to look fashionable. Wear brown. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is that we'll just add something to the inventory to make sure that we can actually create stuff here. So You learned how to wear brown. And then we also need to do show 2.add. Is it a reward to listen to the program, really? Gift, add, learning. We say reward for now. Add reward or gift. Gift. And then we do fashion statement, brown. So now the day should be populated with these two shows. And then if we do, here we do, I don't know if the radio should keep. Calendar.add day 1 and the day. Radio. There's new radio. So I'm thinking, does it become weird that the radio access it? Nah, I think that's fine. But then again, maybe the radio should just show the shows. We don't need an end-to-end test to show that the calendar actually can handle the radio, I guess. So what do we do then? We start by simplifying it. We don't need the calendar right now. We can do an end-to-end test later. So, and then we change the test radio show can give gifts. Pigs. No. Gifts. Give gifts. All right. So radio.add show 1, radio add show 2. So what I'm thinking is that from the outside we will just populate these radio shows into the radio. I think that should be it. Radio lines equals radio.listen to 105 103.1 was the Coco Chanterelle. And then we can assert are equal lines.count. First of all, we know that there are 3 lines in this, so we can use that to just make sure that we're at the same one. There we go. 3 lines, and then we need to populate an inventory here also. Do we have? Is it an item inventory or a session inventory? Does this do more than it needs to? I can load and stuff. But it should just work out of the box, right? Yeah. I think we can do this. And then we do a new radio with the inventory. So if we have the radio has access to the inventory. We listen to 103.1. Then maybe we shouldn't only get the lines, but we should get the gifts as well. But we can check that, right? So we listen to the radio, then the gift is gonna pop up in the inventory. So here we should be able to see r equal, no, insert is true. In dot, what is this? A player inventory. Is that what it's called? Here. Inventory. And then we need to get. First of all, it has a int key, and then we can actually create this into a variable. So the gift. Okay. And then we check that the inventory has actually received the gift. And then also that the gift get int is bigger than or equal. That we actually have one of the gifts in the inventory. Run that. I think that should be it. So then we have the concept of the shows. The radio knows what a show is. If you listen to the radio, you will get the lines that we're gonna sort of show, which will be the program. And then if you receive something, then that should pop up in your inventory. I think that should be it. Then we can start by creating this. So first of all, we need the concept of a radio. Did this even end up in the right place? Oh, yeah. And then of course we need a constructor for that, but in this case we need the we need to create the radio show also. Let's do that. Should it be unit script? Maybe a scriptable object. Should we do that immediately from the start? That's what it's going to be later anyway, right? May as well. Radio show. Oh, we should probably call this a scriptable object also, so we're extra explicit. Radio show scriptable object. All right. The file would be a radio show. In the menu, Paraflux games / radio / new show. Now I'm starting to wonder that maybe the radio show should just be baked into the day. We'll start here. Radio show scriptable object. And then we need to create this a bit differently. I think it's like scriptable object dot create instance, and then we do radio show scriptable object like that. And then if we look at this, we just need to create this, the public string channel, public string show name, radio show name, maybe just name, and then list of string for the program. Radio show scriptable object. Why isn't this accessible? Aha, it's because we need Unity to catch up. Show 1 dot channel equals 105.0. Show 1 dot name equals to news 105, and then show 1 dot program equals to program 1. It's just called program. And then we just need to do this again, but with these parameters. We can just copy this, I think, and then replace them. I think I write quicker than I'm actually doing this. Copy pasting it, I mean. Show I'm guessing we will add shows each day, so the radio only cares about like what is the current amount of shows, or what are the current possible shows that you could look at or listen to. List. Private dictionary, string radio shows. Shows of the day. And then we check channel. If shows of the day, if it doesn't contain the key, return. We should probably throw an exception here. Channel. Or should we just return the actual? Maybe we just return the show in and of itself. I think that's nicer, because if we want to like add more stuff to it later, then the radio can choose what to do with that information anyway, or whoever asks for it. Radio show scriptable object. Listen to, and then we just return that here. Shows of the day channel. There we go. Okay, this one needs some importations, and of course we need to add it here. Can show dot channel can't add show to can't add show channel currently broadcasting. There we go. And if we don't, then shows of the day we add show.channel. There we go. So we basically make a lookup table for like the frequency that the radio is broadcasting on, and then like whichever the show is to it. The radio doesn't have a constructor. radio inventory. So we work with the constructor injection here. So maybe not like the most traditional dependency injection scheme, but for sure the simplest one. And it doesn't need anything around, doesn't need any like extra tools and stuff. You can just do it and structure your code around it, which is kind of nice, I think. Private inventory. Okay, let's see. Will it compile? No, because it's lacking a bunch of shit. Other than that, we're Gucci. We do this instead. We just make the gifts a list of. We need to have a serialized field for this. Show to gift. New list. I wonder if I don't have like a helper for this. Int pair. Nej. String pair. Or I think it's int key. What is an int pair here? Yeah, it's not really an int pair. This is a lie. It's a filthy hobbit lie. But that's fine. We can work with this. The gift. There we go. We got the brown fashion statement. Why is this complaining? Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. Let's do it. And this is not it's not lines anymore. This is an actual show. Show details. The thing is, like, show details sounds like we're about to reveal the details. This is a radio show, so the radio show details need to come out of that. And then we have the radio show details dot program. Okay, here. So there we get the lines, and then we do radio show details dot gifts key, and then radio show details dot gifts dot key. Okay. So this is what we should be getting. If you listen to a radio show, you can get a gift, and in the game it could be like a recipe, for example. But what I am giving them right now is just a brown fashion statement, because you're listening to Coco Chanterelle on 103.1, where they say urgent fashion news, brown is in again. How to look fashionable, wear brown. And then it states to the player you learned how to wear brown. And I think that's it. This is not gonna work because we're not actually gifting the stuff now when we listen to the show. But we can see when the test runner complains. Run all. One test failed, the radio test. Oh my god. Expected true but was false? What? What can that be? That we didn't get any gifts? It's not that weird. The gift value. So now we just need to make sure that when we listen to the show, if there are any gifts, you give it also. For each var gift in channel, show data equals to shows of the day for the channel. We know that it exists here, so that's all good. For each gift in our gifts collection, inventory dot. We add the gift, of course. Key gift dot value. There we go. Now, if all works as intended right now, in Swedish you say peppar peppar, ta I trä. I think it's the entire thing. Pepper pepper, grab on wood. It means. I can't say that. I'm gonna get banned. Oh, okay. So let's see here. Let's run this test again. Oh my god. First try. We did it. Who are the... I don't even know how you say it. Who's the man? I want to say we are, but who's the man? Or who's the people? I don't know. I'm just happy. Okay. So now we can listen to radio. Hopefully it didn't kill the video star. That was a poor joke, and maybe too old for some people here. I don't think we need so much more. We can actually create a radio now. That's pretty cool. We need some UI to actually show the stuff, and we need an interactable. So I'm gonna go and fill up my coffee and take a quick break, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna model like an old style radio and put it in the game. Make sure that we can interact with it, and then that we can show which shows we want to use. All right, very cool. Okay, I'll be right back. All right. um, let's see, what were we doing? Good. Um, right. We were creating radio shows. Radio shows that are played on the radio, you say? That's crazy. Does that even exist anymore? And it does. I listen to radio when I commute in the car. I rarely listen to like actual like talkie shows though. But nonetheless, that's not what we're talking about. I completely digressed. Okay, so what we should do now is we should create some sort of radio that you can interact with. And for that, like my weapon of choice is Blender. So that's what we'll be using here. I'm just gonna close down a few things here because there's a risk that the stream becomes way too unstable if I start having too many stuff going at the same time. All right, okay. So what do we think here? Like I'm thinking like an old school type of radio, but we still want to make it a bit like in Fangorelia, the main way of like tech and all these things is spore punk, we call it, which is a mix between mushrooms and steampunk. And this mix between steampunk and mushrooms is basically just stylized steampunk with a bit of fungal theming, which means that we can, like for these type of techie things, we can lean pretty hard onto the steampunk type of thing, which is mainly Victorian. So we'll see here. I wonder, can we do this? Okay, let's look at this. I guess, yeah, this is a lot of AI stuff. Maybe this is cute with like a little light bulb and stuff. Or this. It even looks a bit like a chanterelle or something, this gramophone style radios. I think this is not a bad idea. Let's go with something like that. I'm gonna do this actually. Okay. So first of all, need some sort of cube. This is more like the radio shape, right? Then we need we don't need this higher solution, I think. Instead, what we do is create something like that. I think this could work for sure. I think this is good. Let's go with 60 degrees. Do the run down. Maybe we want this to be a bit thinner. Maybe that's more like it. Well, that looks funky. Nah, we shouldn't do that. Oh, we should do with this. Either way, we need like something here. Maybe these are just like turning knobs we need instead. But they're also gonna be, we can't make them too tiny. Should we have some sort of light bulb here then? I think so. Mhm. I don't like what kind of light bulb we would want to go with here. Like this older style, they're more balloon shaped, aren't they? Maybe something like this. Maybe. Maybe this is way too high resolution to begin with. I'll try. It's gonna be weird. Especially if this is gonna be see-through. You want to work with that. Nah, it's just gonna be a light bulb, I think. I think that's the easiest. But I really don't think we need this many. We don't need this fidelity. Dissolve edges. Nah. Okay, so if this is the bulb, then what? We need some sort of socket for it also. Maybe we'll just, should we bake that into this entire thing? Let's do it. No one remembers a coward. There we go. There. Man, this looks weird. Maybe just something like that. Why does it look so weird? What's wrong with this light bulb? We have these turning buttons, those are good. Wait, we're gonna have them there. We should have a little bit of something like this. It doesn't have to be like a full-on display, but something at least. Something that's missing though is an antenna, isn't there? What's a radio without its antenna? Should it have some sort of like, maybe not a ball, but something like this. To really sell that this is an antenna. I don't know, does this work? Maybe? I think this kind of works. And once we texture it a bit, it gets a bit more of the intricacies of like tech on the side. I think that's gonna work. Maybe we want like a something like a little plate here. like where you put the batteries or something. There we go with these. Everything gets to be unwrapped. Is there anything we're missing from this? I think it looks like a radio, right? Maybe? Good enough. We're just gonna call this, keep things a bit more structured. Antenna. I have no idea what this is called. Horn. And horn base. Radio box. Panel. Turny button 1. Turny. So like the one of the reasons here not to like merge all of them is that if we want like the possibility to twist and turn these knobs to listen to different radio shows, then they need to be able to rotate in like without like affecting the other stuff. Maybe these two could be the same, and then like they go like this, and then like when you listen it goes down. I don't know. We'll see what to do with that. Okay. So I have a bunch of materials created for this already, so we're just gonna be reusing shit. It won't be anything like. We might modify the wood textures a bit, but it wouldn't be more than that. I wonder if we should keep some of these like chromey instead. Yeah, I can see that. And this box need those two actually. We put this in props video. Alright, let's unwrap this quickly so we can add these things. I think that we can be a bit nice here. Let's like I always like structuring my UV maps as straight as I can, partly because when like the less diagonals you have, the less aliasing you're gonna have if you go down in texture size. So we can have moderately low resolution on our textures, which is nice, I think. So we'll do this. There we go. I don't think we need to do anything with the bulb. I think it's good as it is. We can, for sure. Okay, I messed something up here. No, it's just that it's not uniform. And this will need to be chromed. There's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know it. This is gonna look, it can look a bit weird if like if you zoom in a lot and stuff. But since again this will be not so visible, this should be fine. Wait, so I can include this. So for the materials, the lamp, we need chrome for the I don't know, the metal part that you screw in, the screwy part, and then we go with some gold trim on the actual socket. So we just need to assign those materials here. I work in the blind, but you will just have to trust me that it looks good. Trust the process and everything. This should be gold as well. Let's see here. So majority of the stuff should be wood, otherwise these parts are gonna be gold. Let's do this too. I mean, this is borderline if we should even spend time on unwrapping this. They're not. They won't be visible anyway. Here we're in luck though, because this we just need to do one. We get the other one for free. I think that's it, right? Except for the wood. Actually, to keep this uniform, let's do this. I think. And how do we unwrap this one? I think something like this is gonna be fine. Dun, 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 dun. This can have a trim, I think. No, I don't know how we unwrap this one, though. That we haven't thought about. I think that's fine. It's not going to be super precise, but this is also like a tiny part of it. Let's put it here. And this one. Like a gold knob, I guess so. I think that's everything, unless... Oh, we may as well do this. Alright, now if we add the actual textures, I'm gonna see stuff happening. There we go, look at this. Chobchilababat. Very nice. Very nice. Immediately. That's what we're talking. Let's go some chromie. Perfect. Cute. Is this the red we're looking for? Looks like it is. Okay. Because we're gonna generate new shadow maps for this anyway, or UV maps. So how big should this be? How much detail do we want from the wood here? Not so much, right? Like this. Dun, dun. Cute! I am here for it. It's not too shabby. It starts to look like something. Maybe, nej. Nah, I can actually do this. We can do it here. Since we already have this built-in creases or edges. Maybe like that. Oh my god, the edges look like garbage though. There maybe. Ah, this works. So we can sort of fake some global illumination here. I think this works, right? But I'm wondering if we should introduce some chrome here. Maybe in the base. Yeah, I think this works, right? Oh wait, why is this part? Aha, okay. My bad. Yeah, I think this is it. We don't care about the other side. This looks like a radio, right? Awesome. Så ja då. I don't know. Or maybe we should have that rotatable. I think this can be one. This can be one. And it's cute that we can move this, but I don't think we care about it too much. This, however, could use a bit of a little bit of three-dimensionality to it, actually. Oh, this is it. Good stuff. Awesome. Okay. Then I think we've got what it takes. So now it's back to Unity. So with the radio sort of coming in with an interactable, we should be able to show these things. I'm thinking it should go fairly quick to just, be able to interact with the radio. It's gonna take a bit of love to actually hook it up with the calendar. But I don't think that's the most important thing, and it's not super fun to do on stream either. So let's add the sort of the dialogue, so that when you interact with the radio, you can choose which channel you want to listen to. When which channel you click, it's gonna show the sort of text. Then it goes away. I think that's it, right? All right. Let's see here. Let's import our radio to see how it actually looks. Props. Maybe in back office. Maybe here's a good place. There we have the radio. We may as well set up the materials on the import immediately. Can we do this? Like texture name? No. Project wide. Almost, yeah. Perfect. This is a weird place to put it, I must say. If we take it back to the origin, the environment is a bit off, that's why. Office props here. Ta-da! Cute. That sure looks like a radio to me. It actually turned out pretty cool, I must say. Should it be here on the desk next to the catalog? Or does that become too confusing? But from this angle you don't really see it if it's like that. You almost want it. Should we, oh, lo and behold, should we put it on this one? Is that crazy? Dun, 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 dun. Seems like you sort of wanted to. I think this works, right? I think that can work. That's kind of cute. Then we still have the catalog here for like for actually decorating and stuff. The only thing is that it may it encroaches a bit onto the blackboard area here. Something really funky going on with the lighting here though. Oh. Maybe it's better. I don't know. Should we even have the computer? Like the idea was that you would be able to train and practice. But wait. Can I? Can't I be sneaky and just do this? I'm a genius. There we go. There we go. And it's cute here. We can move the chair a touch. I mean, like, do you, if you had a radio like this, would you sit in front of it while you listen? Okay. Oh, it's so stupid. Maybe. I think this is what my grandma would need when she listens to radio. She cranks up the volume and she just have it blasting into her ear. Oh, Lord. Either way. Okay, let's move this chair so we can move up to it, and I need to create an interactable for this. Funny. Interactable. I need like a special radio interactable here. Or do we have like a generic interactable? Maybe? Game interactable. What can we do with this? Nothing. It was garbage. Good. All right. Okay. Yeah. We need a different type of interactable here for sure. So we're also gonna need, like, I'm wondering if we should have like a little camera that zooms into the radio. I think so, right? I think that would be cute. Like a camera that's a whoosh when you're interacting with it and then it goes away. Okay, let's hear. Radio camera. So something like this, I think, would be a good place for it. View. Perfect. Maybe we would want a bit more like that. The lamp is that's perfect. So dude, we have a bit lower priority on this, I think, though. Let's set this to where did the priority disappear? Here. Oh, we don't need a regular camera here. That's crazy. We need a Cine Machine camera. Let's do this. We call this radio camera instead. And then we copy the transform here. Bing bada boom. Paste world transform. And then we can nuke this one. Okay. So the radio camera is not doing at all what we wanted to. What happened? Why didn't it do the thing? What? What is it doing? Can't be moved at all. Oh. Okay. My bad. Of course it's not gonna do what we want it to. Because it's set up to look at something completely different. Okay. So now we have the radio camera here. Come on. If we go to the player camera, I think the radio camera should have a lot lower priority, and then we just increase the priority. It's gonna maybe not cut to it, but at least swoop into it. I think it's gonna be really, really cool. But first we need interactable. So let's get that. We actually had interactable space here. Radio interactable. I think Ryder can help us with this. Override. Aha, okay. Now we need to, of course, say that this is a game interactable. And here we can generate what we want. Okay. Interact. Do we need these also? I think so. So we get the radio camera. We'll just increase the priority when we interact. I think that's it. In this case, like for the sake of just illustrating what the actual interactable does, let's just say that we zoom in, we wait, and then we zoom out. So await. I don't know, we delay for 1.5 seconds. 1500 milliseconds. And then what? All right. So let's do the Cine Machine camera, radio cam dot priority equals to 100, and then previous priority cam dot priority, and then once we're here and exiting, there we go. That's gonna be awesome. Cool stuff. Okay. Let's see here. Radio camera. Here. The interactable will have a sphere collider because that's cheap. And then it's gonna have a radio interactable. This camera, we need to be able to access it from Unity. So we'll serialize that. Okay, so if everything works now, we go up, we we interact with the radio, and what should happen is that it's gonna zoom in, or at least show the radio, and then it's gonna wait for 1.5 seconds or 1500 milliseconds, and then it's gonna go back out. It's not super useful right now, but if we get this working, then we can hook it up with the radio system. You can start getting gifts and all these things. It's gonna be stellar. I'm telling you, stellar. All right. Okay. Here we go. What? What was that? What is he doing? What? Okay. That's not supposed to happen. This is the silliest thing I've seen. Oh my lord. He just leans back. What? Okay. So I don't know what's happening. Why isn't he doing the thing? It's so silly. It's incredibly weird. Okay. The radio camera here, like if we go, it doesn't do the thing. It doesn't do the thing. Did we forget to set it up? What? What happened? It goes here. It should work. I think. Oh, I'm dying. That's just silly. Okay. Obviously, something is not set up as it should be. It's probably something silly. Does it have to be like? Let's see here. If you look at this. Okay, first of all, the reason why is like leaning up is because this thing is not on the ground. So that we need to fix first, and we should fix so that if they're not on the same height, it just simply doesn't turn upwards. But other than that, I mean, I wrote this interactable. Okay, can it be this? Is it as simple? We had a different component that was hogging all the juicy interaction. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Okay, maybe it needs to be a bit faster and not so. Crazy. Okay, let's see here. We need to create some blend settings for the camera here. Don't we have a settings? Yeah, here. Management mode blender settings. And then I can't spell settings. Okay. Does this help us too much? Okay, from player camera, okay, to radio camera. We don't want to cut, we want to we just want to ease out over 1 second, 0.8 seconds, maybe 0.5, and then the other way around. Maybe we can just set any camera here instead, so we don't play around with that. Ease in, out on the way out, and then we do a bit longer, I think. Okay, this can work. Maybe we'll have to try. Let's see how it is. Okay, so the radio system is in place. The radio has been modeled and created. The radio camera is working as intended. Good stuff. Good stuff. But I wonder if we should really... Ew, it really... Okay, so like if we... I think we should move the interactable a bit, because like if we go here now, the camera sort of goes into the head. So if we do something like that, maybe that works. I mean, we do cover it a bit, like especially if we stand like this. I don't think that's the end of the world. Maybe we do something like this. Or even if we move the like that. Oh, okay. Or maybe it's more about moving the camera than... Because you would want to... I guess we could actually make him... Okay, this is a little cheaty trick. But we should be able to make him... Yeah, that's better. And then if we do this... Okay, it's not perfect. We want him to... basically, like, lean away from... listening super intently. There it looks good. Here it's a bit tight. But if we fix the camera, let's see. Okay. Maybe here. Okay. Something like this. This is better. This is a lot better. We come down there and we don't really cover it no matter how we go. It's perfect. Okay. So this one, if only I could save this in a smarter way. But the camera settings are probably still fine. So that means that we simply need to like make sure that 007 minus 49. Alright, and then we also need to move this one a bit like that. Almost. Didn't really stay where we wanted it. I think this is a bit better. Okay. And then we fix the interactable, so it's gonna turn to the left. I mean, like, it's gonna look like it's leaning in and like listening super intently to the radio, but it's gonna be good enough. Perfect. Oh, this is silly. Right, okay. So basically what we need now is some sort of UI to show that, okay, hello. Maybe we'll make the light bulb turn on when you get close to show that it's about to do something. And like you almost want this one to like... I don't think that's a bad idea. But for now, I think this is a good start. Okay, so let's focus on the most important part, which is what you ask, or I ask. And I think currently it's just getting the UI to show. Should we just keep everything in the same? I think so. I think so. So the HUD content can be where it is. We can add a new visual element. Perfect. So this will be the radio content. And it will have two parts. First, it is to show either we go back or we choose which channel to listen to. And this is something that we can do diegetic later for sure. Like you turn to tune in on the channel. But for now, we're gonna start with just adding the buttons here. I think that's the absolute simplest thing. For that, we need some sort of let's see. Make a little button holder, I suppose we're gonna need here, but what's it called? Like a channel selector. And then we're gonna have some buttons for the actual for the channels, and we need one button for like going back or canceling this entire thing. Cancel, we call it. This should be a text button. I think I have a class for that, so to style it to make it look nice. Button text or text button, what is it called? Okay. That looks what it looks, but we need to make this a bit nicer, I think. Okay, so first of all, it should be centered and maybe in the middle also. Let's see if this looks weird. Well, we can start with this. Go back. We call this, or the text should say go back at least. Go back. And then in this channel thing, we can just we create some for now. Just okay. 103 and then 105. And then we can say here 103.5. And then this one has 105.0. So this will be like the two like radio channels that you can tune into right now. And then if you choose not to, then you just go back. Not so complicated. And then of course we need to style this up so it's pretty, but let's get it functional first. I think that's the fun part. Making it pretty is also fun. It's all fun. It's all fun. Lucky for you, I will probably do both. So you get to enjoy all the fun content. We have the channels. After this, say that you select the channel. If you cancel, we're gonna close this down. But if you select a channel, you should be able to read or see like the radio show. And for that, first of all, we need a different. Just say that this is not going to be used, and then we'll go here. Content. What do we call it? Translate the show program. And then this is basically going to be one big label. So we need one label for the show title. Same thing here. I think we have something called like header medium, maybe. Yeah. And then why does it show up so far away? I think it's distributed. Shouldn't this do the thing? Is it because it's growing? Yeah, okay, that's fine. And now we have the actual lines that they're saying. And then we need a button to show next. Next. That's going to be a button. This is also text button, text button, next. Or continue, maybe. Text button. And this, do I have like paragraph. And this actually is, we have like a not multi-selection box, text info panel box. How about that? Text info panel box. Hey! And then we just want a bit of spacing here. No måtta får det vara. Let's steal one of the texts from our test. So we see how long a long line is. so we also get a vibe for like how much space we need, how much we're gonna do, and all these things. Bottom. Nej. Ja, kanske. Alltså som... Nej. Some bottom spacing. There we go. Okay. It's not the most legible of fonts, but hopefully it will have to do. It will have to do. Maybe this should be a small one though. Perfect. Remember, folks, in 2 days, the Morals are playing town. Expect huge crowds of Moral caps. So the show program is there. We show the channel selector. Wait, okay. So you can select which channel. It's all fine and dandy. This is quality content. And there we go. Honestly, the radio interactable, like usually I tend to hand UI handling to a completely different class. But for now, we're letting this interactable handle all of it, actually. Oh wait, this already has food management UI handler, so we may as well use this. On new money on object. Okay, here. Open radio hub. Let's see, what do we have here? Radio content, it was called. Root visual element dot query visual element radio content display style dot felx. For now, we can just keep the stuff there, I think. Like the rest of the HUD doesn't hurt if it's there, I think. Avoid close radio UI. We open the radio UI. We also need to make sure that I will only show the menu first. And we have to add buttons to it based off of the like the shows of the day. Channel selector is what we're looking for here. We can do this actually. Root. That's query. channel selector. Display style dot flex. Challenge. Channel selector and what? Show program. This one is none. Okay. Let's see here. We show that, then we query this one for a button called cancel. And that we're gonna add stuff to. And then we're also gonna do what? We have like a parent of these buttons, channels, that we first clear. So we remove all of those things. I think that was what it was called, right? Compiling scripts. Show program, channel selected channels here. Okay, so this one we're gonna clear, and then we're gonna create new buttons there. We need to add the text button class to it, and other than that, it should just be straightforward. In order for this, we of course need to know exactly what the programs are today. I wonder if we should do it here. We send the radio in here. Radio. For each or show or channel, it's a radio show in radio dot. I should probably create that list. Radio show scriptable. Or should this just be the actual dictionary? Yeah. Let's start with this and see where it takes us. Maybe we end up on an adventure we didn't know we wanted to go to. Or on. Shows of the day, values. What? It's lying. Why is the value? Something is weird. That's a lie. That's a lie, I'm telling you. Cannot implicitly convert type. Dictionary? What? It's not a dictionary. This is a dictionary. The values. What? What is this? Dictionary value collection. Okay. Do I need to do something like this? Oh my god, that's weird. That's weird. Okay. Fine. I'm not gonna be unreasonable. If that's what you want, then that's what it is. Do here var channels parent equals to this. Channels parent dot clear. Oh, you're getting so much cool stuff down here. Okay, so channels. First, we create a button. New button. Channel button dot text. Maybe we can even create that in a constructor. Nope. Channel button dot text. Why do I keep on screaming? Lol. I need to fill up my coffee. Why do you keep on writing challenge? Channel button dot text. Equals to radio show dot title, right? Nej, channel. And channel button dot register. Okay. Don't I have like register callbacks? Register call. Oh, no. Nej. Like this. Where is this from? UI base. Why am I not using this? I am using it. Oh, setup callbacks. Why did I call it that? Isn't that dumb? Proper dumb. Udry management UI handler. What's this UI base? Yeah, okay. So we just do this. Set up callbacks to the channel button. On submit. Show radio show. With the current radio show. Show dot name show program. Okay, here we go. Void show radio show with a string show name and string again radio show name and the string list of strings here. Program. That's it, right? The radio show, radio show. We need to show the other thing here. Okay, so this. I think this is a good start. This one we don't need. None. Flex. Show program equals to this. And then show program. Okay. So now we show that, And then we have query label is it this time? What of it? What of this damned label? What is it called? What do we call it? Show title and lines. Show title. X equals to radio show name. Lines. Do this. So we basically now we make this function asynchronous, which would allow us to sort of show the stuff while we wait, right? Yeah, we need like a better way of showing it, but I think this works. For now, let's assume it has one line, I guess. Okay. Program. We show it for now. I just do. Make it work with multiple lines. And then show program dot query. I need a button here. Cancel. Set up callbacks. We need the radio here as well. Let's see. Radio dot listen. Listen to. At this point, we can just radio show. Radio. Show. That's why. Set up callbacks. And what should we do? Open radio UI. I am getting a bit slow here. I'm not going to lie. So I will be wrapping this up quite soon, actually. This won't be cancelled, this is continue, we call it, right? Next. First we do clear callbacks on next button. Next button. Oh my lord. If next page is bigger than show.program.count, I guess. If it's bigger or equal to, there we go. Then we're gonna cancel if we press next. Else, I'm gonna do this. Show radio, show next page, show radio. Oj, oj, oj. Channel selector, and then we go back. Okay, this may work. I don't need this to sync. Here we also need to do cancel setup callbacks for the cancel button. And what we want to do on the cancel button, we need to close the radio, right? Close radio UI. Close radio UI. And then we should probably do like, yeah, on radio close dot invoke. So we'll set up a little event for this. Private unit event. On radio close. And that shouldn't be a method. And we should probably close, like hide all the UI here as well. I guess I could just do this. Do-do. I think that's it. Let's see if it works. It's raining here. It's half cozy. think the radio interactable can have the radio itself, right? Manager. Now create a thing, and we need to populate it with stuff. For now, let's just create. Should we just create some quick radio shows here that we can show in our radio? And then I think that's gonna be it for the day. All right, in the game. Let's see, radio. Perfect games, radio, new show, radio show. Channel 103.5. News is the name of the program, and they say latest news. These are the news, and then they say chanterelles are not hot anymore. In with the morals. Do we get any gifts? No. News. We should have another one. Oh my god, we're just gonna call this test radio show on channel 100. Testing the radio. Test 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. Radio is live. Working. Good. Now I guess the day already has that. Day. Public list, radio show, scriptable objects, radio shows. Calendar day. Can't we add the radio shows here? Didn't we create that in our test? Maybe not. Nah. There are radio shows on the days here. Okay, then we don't do that. We just give it to the radio immediately to see how it plays out. Serialize. Private radio show scriptable object. There we go. Radio shows. For each are showing shows. Radio tab. There we go. Now we have public unit. On radio used. On radio used dot invoke radio. Await unit task. Wait until requested to close radio equals to true. Requested to close radio. Request closing radio. Requested to close radio equals to true. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. We just need this boot. Requested to close radio false. And then basically we need to connect that back and forth. Let's see. Okay, something is gonna go wrong for sure, but you live, you learn, you gamble, you make safe bets. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what happens. Oh, go back. Okay, is that all we can do? Okay, that works. Okay, good. Why aren't there any? Where are my radio shows? Ah, we have the shows here. We add them to our radio. Do we? Ah, we create the buttons, but we never add them, I think. Then it's not gonna work at all. Look at this. Where was the damn buttons now then? Channels parent, channel, here. Okay, so if we do this, channels parent dot add channel button. Oh, of course. Channel button dot add the class list. Text button, I think it's called. Run Okay, okay. Oh, we have shows. How about now? Oh, it's pretty. It's so hard to see. Latest news. These are the news. Chanterelles are not hot anymore. In with the morals. And it works! First try. The other one then. Testing radio. Test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. Continue. Radio is live. Working. Ah! It's too easy. Go back. Wow! No way. Alright. So good. Okay. Only thing missing now. Only problem. There are other problems. What happened now? It's because we added a camera or something. Doesn't matter. Nothing can stop us now. Let's open up the foodry. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Something is for sure borked. Something is for sure borked. We broke the cameras. Is it because of radio cameras? Oh. Why can this be? Okay. That's why. That is why we need to reset the stuff otherwise. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on. Run, little boy, run. Okay. That's easy fix. That we can do. So this this should fix it. Foodry you. Can't believe it. So we actually have a radio now. We just need to structure our radio shows a bit cleaner, but I'll do that off stream. 3 well-spent hours. A radio system in place. Wait. Something is bogging down shit big time. Oh yeah. So heavy. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay. Nice! We'll just say that we didn't break the actual, like a run in the foodry also. And it seems to be working. Run. Oh. What are you ordering? Not this. Maybe you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, go. You only eat raw food. A bit boring. Good stuff. I think this is a perfect place to end the stream. Thank you so much for watching, for looking, and for being here and seeing what I've been doing. As a final thing, check out Mega Cap Arena on Steam if you haven't done so. It's a cool robot wars-inspired fighting game that we built and released a couple of months ago. And other than that, you can read our devlog on if you go on to www.paraflux.games and go to the devlog, you click there, and then you will see like every week I put stuff like what I've been doing basically, and what we as a team been doing, because I'm not all alone in all this. Otherwise, check us out on YouTube, Instagram. Maybe we'll set up some TikTok in the future. I don't know. All I know is that I'm gonna end the stream here. So thank you so much, and maybe I'll see you on Thursday. All right. Take care. Bye.